Welcome to Jump School. I'm your host, Ihsaan Ali, aka the StyleJumper. On this podcast, you'll learn a ton of things. We'll talk about style, creativity, health, and wellness. The following is an excerpt from Instagram Live. If you already saw this on IG Live, go ahead and skip over this podcast episode, but I'm sure you'd enjoy it anyway. Let's go. I appreciate you getting on tonight.
I appreciate you having me, man.
Hey, man, this is love. First of all, I have to give you the Detroit salute. What up, though?
What up, though?
What up, though? All right, let me ask you this. So you're from right in the D, or, I lived in the D for, for about 5 years out in Auburn Hills. So where are you?
Man, that's far from Detroit.
And look, that's the umbrella. That's like me being in D.C. I live in
they say Metro Detroit.
Right. Metro Detroit. I live in Metro D.C.
You live in Metro D.C.
Where'd you grow up?
Well, I grew up in Detroit. I was born in New York, but I was raised here in Detroit.
Okay. How old were you when you moved out to Detroit?
Oh, I was 1 or 2.
Oh,
yeah. I was still a baby.
Oh, you from Detroit?
Yeah. No, you on the east side, baby.
Okay, east side Detroit. That's what's up. So you a Faygo man?
Oh yeah, we got the red pop.
Peach Faygos, baby.
Peach. Oh, that's the one.
Oh man, that was the killer growing up down south. So I didn't even know that Faygos came from Detroit until I moved there.
Yeah, we got. Detroit got a lot of good, good snacks and stuff. For some stuff.
Okay, that's what's up. I was taking notes from my time that I was out there, but I just want to thank you so much for coming on. And
I appreciate you having me on, sir.
Yeah, man. So
I feel honored.
Hey, man, I've been following you for a couple, for probably, this is 2020, so probably about 3 years I've been following you.
Yes, likewise, man.
I appreciate it. And on my social journey, you're one of the first people I talked about because I could really appreciate you being a guy of stature, but has some serious steez.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man, I have a confession. I've been jealous of the hair ever since.
Oh man, you can get some. Hey, there's a lot of ways you can get some now.
No, you're right. Nowadays, you can just get
just
it.
Show up, just pop up with it. People ain't gonna mind.
Ain't no way I'm gonna pop up with the twist in 2020. But I appreciate it. But I wanted to start this call off by just really, allowing all of the viewers here tonight to get to know you, learn about, we did talk about briefly that you're from Detroit. But tell us a little bit about, how you grew up and a little bit about you.
What up, Prince, my homegirl from
Hey, girl.
Langston. All right. Yeah, so I grew up in Detroit. Was raised here. I was always, into style, into fashion.
Okay.
All that stuff. What's up, Tony? And I know that was always my little calling, my purpose. Somehow, some way, even as a young kid, I was always, coordinating and matching my fits and all that stuff. So my love for fashion and styling, came at an early age.
Well, let me ask you this.
But
so
yeah.
You see if yours was similar to mine. My venture to style and fashion was by necessity, right? So like as far as matching things up, it wasn't me getting like a bunch of clothes at Christmas or when school started. I might have got 2 pair of pants and 3 shirts, and I had to flip them boys all kind of ways. You know what I mean? So was that pretty much your experience as well? Or
definitely. I was still a husky. I've been big all my life. I
husky
remember when I wasn't small.
Okay.
So I was always a husky kid.
Yeah.
So I always, my style was mature because I was a bigger size, so I could get to shopping. I ain't never shopped at kids since I can remember. Maybe my mother when I was a kid.
Yeah.
A baby probably shopped at kids, but since I can remember, we was always at JCPenney's and Target and all those places, Macy's, shopping for grown man clothes because I was able to fit them.
Okay.
So, of course, they made stuff like that, stylish, and then as a kid wearing, suits and blazers and khakis and button-up shirts and polos.
Yeah,
So I was always, coordinating those. Bugle Boy back in the day was for the Husky boys.
Bugle Boy.
So I was always in some khakis and stuff like that.
That's what's up.
So I think that helped cultivate my style and getting me into it at an early age because I was I had to work what I had and make it look good.
No doubt. Well,
yes.
Who would you say was your biggest influence growing up?
Growing up, I would definitely be, different pastors and deacons and elders in my church.
Okay.
Growing up in church, I always admired those guys, how they carry themselves, their stature, just how they dress themselves overall. So, and then of course, like I said, growing up in Detroit, we was always about, not even coordinating, but matching. I know my dad used to just pick out our suits growing up.
Yeah.
We used to get everything used to be matched down to the gaiters. You got gaiters for my 3rd grade graduation.
What?
I remember getting some gaiters and him being mad because I let them dry out. I'm like, I just graduated from 3rd grade. How am I supposed to know how to lotion up some gator shoes?
You already know, man.
Just early on, it kind of came, definitely from my family, my dad, and going into suit stores, got to get bigger suits. I was a big boy, and then just coordinating them from there. So
it's kind of
so definitely those gentlemen as a kid was
influence.
my influence, and then my surroundings and stuff like that.
But it's really interesting too. One of the things you said about shoes is gaiters because you from the Midwest, And
the snakeskin shoes, them drive fast. You gotta.
That's that Ohio players, Rust Belt player game. Player game. I grew up in down south, so in South Carolina, I didn't have a lot of gaiters and stuff. We was rocking. At least I didn't. It was more straight. Penny loafers. Dad had a Stacey Adams. His Stacey Adams game.
Oh yeah, Stacey Adams with the penny loafers. Put some quarters in them because you was doing something. You needed some 50 cent. It was there.
You always had some money if you had your money in your penny loafers.
Yeah, I used to love me some penny loafers.
Oh man, I got one of my nice old school grandma pinches doing the slide up in church. Wearing my penny loafers. So I was trying to do that MJ move, and grandma hooked me up. But let me ask you, so when do you feel like was the time that you fell in love? When did you fall in love with fashion and style?
When I fall in love with it, it was always a passion there, but that's a good question. When I fell in love with fashion, it was always love was always there.
Okay, it was always present.
Yeah, but that love and that passion increased as I got older.
Sure.
That love and that passion definitely increased as I learned how much of an influence I can be in inspiring other big guys to, just look good, dress good, and just be an overall inspiration and motivation, and then being a source for gentlemen, big and tall and big, slim, skinny, tall, short. So believe it or not, I market myself as a big and tall stylist, but I get a lot of just regular sized guys reaching out to me to style them.
Hey, style is style. It don't matter the size that you rock, and if you it and you can articulate it and put it together, people are going to respect that. I really,
so I started putting more emphasis on it when I got to college. When I got my freshman year of college, and during those years, you start to just overall form who you are, getting to really know yourself, being independent. I remember I always dressed nice. But it was one particular day, I was like I went to HBCU, so you definitely got to, come. Even though it's college, but HBCUs is different. You got to step on that yard clean, regardless of who you are.
No doubt. What school is that?
I went for my freshman and sophomore year. I went to Langston University, so that's a small HBCU in Langston, Oklahoma. So it's between OU and Oklahoma University and Oklahoma College. Oklahoma State, I think.
Oklahoma State. Got it.
Yeah, so I always, took pride in my appearance, made sure I just looked good and clean.
Yeah.
But I took it to another notch when I think I was it was like a little day where you go to these interviews to like join fraternities and stuff.
Yeah.
You got dressed good. This particular day, I don't know what I had on, but all I know is I was getting compliments all day. So I'm like, you know what? from that on, I made sure I took whatever I was doing there.
Yeah.
It just ran with me. So
yeah.
I'm like, so that gave me like that's when I really like started to like really, zone in on this style thing, making sure you're always looking good and, be suited and booted.
Did you end up joining fraternity?
No, not at the time, nope.
Okay. I didn't either. So.
Yeah, I'm like, so I heard the price. I said, I'm gonna holler at y'all. I love y'all from a distance.
I see y'all later.
I said, well, I still ain't got no books yet. I'm
still asking mom to send me some money, man.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't ask my mama for that type of money.
For sure. Well, we'll kind of get into style. So, when shopping, what would you say are some of the biggest challenges for guys of size? Like when they go out looking for gear, what are some of those challenges, and how do you solve them as well?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think one of the main challenges is just having stuff that are in season, the stylish and trendy for my size. It's like if it's something that's hot right now, it's like they stop making it a certain size, and of course different brands, different companies stop at a certain size. So
yeah.
I try to whoever is offering big and tall sizes, I try to like just get those items styled in a way where it's in season, where it is trendy, and give guys that inspiration and just point them in the right direction.
Yeah. Who's your go-to retailer, and why? Like when you're thinking about going to get some gear real quick, you don't have to overthink it. Is there a particular retailer that you go to? Like, okay, I know they got my size, and I know they have color variation, and usually something that I might like.
Oh, really? I can't. I really just go real quick to get nothing. So, you a big guy. You got to plan. You got to plan your stuff. Make sure you go. But I always figure Macy's and JCPenney's, they always got items my size. They carry different designers. Macy's have a lot of designers that have a big and tall section. So you got your Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein, Levi's. They have a lot of brands where they have a big and tall section too, and so is JCPenney's.
Yeah. I would always tell guys, if you find a brand that you already know that fits you, I typically go with that to make it easy. Like, just stick with that. I mean, obviously you're going to explore, but go with that brand because it's going to make your life a lot easier. Is there anyone in particular that, you kind of like, I really like how the fit particularly and color variation from a particular brand that you like to rock with?
Yeah. As far as like dress clothes, I know that Stanford brand is good. That's a in-store JCPenney's brand. Bronner Bros, that's another brand that's got high quality, good stuff.
Okay.
And also DXL for big guys, that's a good place.
Okay.
And definitely online. I'm a big advocate of. I'm a big online shopper.
Okay.
So I know where stuff's in my size. I know where to go to and how to get it. Of course, and then Target has a big and tall collection.
Mm-hmm.
So does like Old Navy, and there's a lot of different companies, a lot of different brands that are, starting to put a more focus on extended sizes.
Yeah. What's a good online retailer that you typically would shop? Like one place that you can think of right off the top of your head that, for the guys out there who are listening, who are looking for some online, options, where would you send them?
Oh, I'll definitely tell them go to Old Navy and Target.
Okay.
Yeah, Old Navy, Target, Macy's, JCPenney. That's all my little, that's my little circle right there. And then ASOS also have a lot of big and tall clothing as well.
So I've been watching your page, man, and your pictures are always on point. So how do you first of all, who's your photographer? And we need to shout them out right now.
Appreciate it. I'm my photographer.
You do it too? That's
I do my own photography. For the past 2 years now.
Okay. What do you shoot with?
I shoot with a Canon. Oh, it's right here. Hold on.
Yeah.
I shoot with a Canon.
Okay.
Rebel SL2.
Okay.
This right here, and this trick. Boom.
There you go.
And this has a little flip screen. And I have a remote. I put this on my tripod right here. I can see myself. Boom, there you go.
Done.
Sorry to all the photographers. I don't want to put you little, put y'all out of business. However, it was starting to get a little pricey. I had a lot of some experiences. Yeah. But it's a lot of cats that I do work with. That do good work. John Ellis. Who else? There's a couple other cats. Yeah. That's
what's up, man.
Right? You try to tag them if I do work with somebody else.
But it's tough, right? Because if you wanted to just run out and shoot,
on the go, or real right quick, or you got to produce some content for a collaboration or something like that. Yeah, it really is. It come in handy.
It is. It's a good talent to have, and what I've been using over the years is my iPhones. So whatever iPhones that I have, that's same thing, remote.
Boom. Put on the remote. Put on the tripod.
Put on the tripod. Use the time. I had some helpers. I had some little helpers with me, my little ones, but I was getting early for them. They're like, Dad, I can't be getting them.
I get some family. My sister, my god sister. I get people every now and then. Like, here, take this.
Yeah, it's definitely helpful. And it's so interesting how you in your mind how you want it to look. And I don't know about you, but for instance, the ones that I smile in their real smile, I have to make myself laugh or think of something silly and laugh. Do you find that you're making up your smile, or you're laughing at something like an idea to kind of make it more natural for you?
No, I think I just naturally smile.
Yeah,
I got to make it a point not to smile sometimes in pictures. So really work on it. But
I saw the move. That this is one of my favorite moves too. That down.
There you go.
The smoky eyes. You gotta zoom in on it, right?
You gotta get your model faces.
Yeah, no doubt. In the angles of the camera, which is really important.
Over time you learn how to what angles look good, what angles don't. Yeah. What I need to work on, and whatever's on the inside, it comes out. So you got to remember that.
It's true. You have to. Sometimes I would tell guys, especially with shooting, you have to become a character. Like. Who's that character, that Bond, that Black Panther, that that style icon that you think of, or someone in the movie Ghost, when it shows, you watch Ghost or whatever, who's that person. But one of the things I thought was really awesome is you have an amazing blog, which is called, your namesake, the Big Fashion Guy. So tell us how that came about, and what inspires you day to day to keep it going.
Well, I need to get back writing blogging. But I initially started my blog like in 2015. Okay. I started IG like a year ago before that. So I just wanted a place where, I was getting so many questions, so many people asking me where I shop, where I get this outfit, how, just a lot of questions and a lot of advice. So I'm like, let me give people a point, I'm a go-to place where they can obtain all the information, and that's why I started my blog. Okay. From there.
So I love seeing big guys in suspenders. I see you rock the suspenders. So if I've never worn them as a bigger guy, tell me why that's a great choice and why it would be a go-to for you.
Oh, well, suspenders keep your pants up.
True that.
Your britches up.
Yep, we need that.
And then it's a little bit, it sets you apart. It's a little bit different from the normal just wearing a belt. Yeah. And to give you an overall clean, nice look. Yeah. So you can always go with some suspenders where you can get the buttons sewn on the inside of the pants, like you get the leather loop suspenders, and also they have suspenders where you just clip them on. But it just gives you a little bit more distinguished look, and it's different. So it just definitely sets you apart. So
yeah, and I would also say that it doesn't cut you in half, So it kind of suspenders create a straight, a vertical
smooth line,
yeah, that extends the body, and then so whether you're a taller guy, that's a big guy, or one that's a modest sized guy in height, the suspenders is, I think, a really nice, approach to not chopping you up in half. So,
and it moves with you too.
Yeah. So you also, if I'm not mistaken, in the past couple of years, you have another IG presence of Men of Size.
Yeah.
So tell us about Men of Size, and because I love that, you know, seeing the fellowship of guys, you know, and it's really interesting because just because you're air quotes big and tall guy or a big guy doesn't mean your body type is the same.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, you have guys that are 6'5", you know, just huge, massive guys. You know, and that varies, you know, all the way down to, you know, a guy who may be, you know, definitely, you know, under, let's say 5'10" and shorter, you know.
Right.
So tell me about, you know, the Men of Size and how that came about and how's that going?
Yeah, I originally started the Men of Size because, I mean, I myself, I found it to be a little bit difficult where to get shout outs from other fashion, you know, pages that, you know, they do features or shout outs. Even within menswear, it's like, okay, I'm fly, I got the suit on, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
You still not shouting me out. You still not, you know, doing what your page is meant to do.
Exactly.
It's like, I wonder why that is. So I'm like, okay. And then I didn't see a lot of representation like that on other pages. So I'm like, let me just create a page where it's solely for, you know, showing that representation for bigger guys. You know, big and tall, whether you're tall or whether you're big. So I feature a lot of guys on there that's, you know, just tall.
Yeah.
And that still fit into the category. You could be a bodybuilder. You still big and tall. Like that's still, you know, it's still a category. So just that page, it was just, you know, I wanted to be the change that I wanted to see. And I also wanted to just, you know, put some positive imagery out there of well-dressed, you know, aesthetically pleasing, artistic, good photography, you know, big and tall individuals, just like those other pages, those other shout-out pages, you know.
I can imagine, man, and I've been thinking about it a lot. Like, you know, representation, whether it be your size or our age. You know, me, I'm in my mid-40s, and so, you know, I don't see enough representation of men of color of age, middle age. You say, I can't believe I'm saying I'm middle-aged black man, a man in general, but you know. Thank God we don't crack too well. As long as we take care ourselves, we're not cracking. But
I'm 62.
You're 60. I feel you. I like that.
No, I'm 33. I was invited to do a feature for guys over 40. I felt some type of way.
You felt?
I said, no, I'm not in my 40s. I appreciate it. I know the gray hair throw you off. But
no, you in your 30s. You in your early 30s.
I had it when I was 13. So.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So don't let the gray fool you, player. But it's important though, because you know I began to be frustrated. You know, if someone who lives in the Midwest, you'll see more of us on commercials, obviously, because you have the car companies and then the hair products line. But if you don't live in the Rust Belt, you don't see it on the coast. You know what I mean? You don't see, you know, and I always get upset because I'm like, you know, especially when it comes to high-end products, we're not represented in a way, and obviously we're buying it all the time. You know, the culture definitely makes it cool, if you will. And, you know, that's one of my big pet peeves and one of the things that one of the added reasons why I decided to do the StyleJumper is to show, you know, men of color at a mature age that we can dress in a way that's appealing and not so, you know, caught in like locked in time. And what I like to tell people is that usually we have our influences of style usually from the time you graduate from college, high school, excuse me, to that college era. So let's say between 17, 18 to 22, as we age, we kind of lock into that space, the fit, the music, you know what I mean, hairstyles. That's just all, you know, as we age, those are the things that we enjoy and we lock into. So, you know, it was important to me to learn and to show rather that you can still have those influences, especially when it comes to, you know, music and hip hop, bring color variation, but understand fit. And, you know, how I approach things, what I call adult street. You know what I mean? Where
still be on trend and stylish. So where did the name, the StyleJumper, come from? What is that?
So the StyleJumper for me, it's even with my logo, it's jumper cables. Because I feel like it's important that, we boost, give men a boost and jumpstart, because some people just need it. They need that jumpstart when it comes to their style, their core habits. So the channel is not just about fashion or style, it's about confidence and etiquette. And a lot of us, we need that. And so I felt like over the years and over my travels and experience, that was something that I can actually articulate and communicate in a way that's, I can still bring my goofy personality, but also show that, I want everybody to, if they need it, especially, to get that boost and to jump.
Yeah, be revitalized.
Yeah, we need to jump. We need a jump start, man. So the StyleJumper, I think it was very poignant title. And I'm glad I found it. I'm glad it was available.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. So I want to get into some fun questions for you. What would you say is the most courageous thing that you've ever done?
Most courageous?
Yeah. And that could be even with your style, something that you wore that people wouldn't expect you to wear, or just something, something you stood up for that you thought it was really important.
Oh, it took a lot of courage to propose to my fiance.
Okay.
It took a lot of courage. So,
It does take courage.
Yeah.
So you guys got married.
No, we haven't get married yet. We plan on next year.
Okay. Next year we get married. Okay, congrats.
Yeah, Rona got us together.
Okay.
Got everybody on hold right now.
Okay, I feel you. Well, congratulations. I can't wait to see that evolution.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I've been in the game. I met my wife in 2001.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So we've been together for a minute.
What's your number one relationship advice?
Ooh. Number one relationship advice is to listen and be patient.
Amen.
You know what I mean? And you have to be almost a chameleon. And it's almost like, how reptiles, they grow out of their skin.
Yeah.
But if we don't grow, if we can stay stuck and your spouse is growing, then they're going to surpass you. And then that may be some resentment on both parts, right? So it's like you want to be like the trees, you know what I mean? They kind of blow together. And so as they grow, you want to start always be in conversation, always be in communication. And actually one of the things that me and my wife have been doing recently is that we've been taking showers and we just talk, and it's like together, and that's like, not like being all sexual and stuff, but like just like it's just us, and that's a level of intimacy I think that is really dope, where we're just in there and we're just chopping it up, and because we got the kids and stuff, the dog, my mother-in-law lives with us too, so it could be really crazy in here, right? So that's our time where we can just sit there and just enjoy each other's conversation without me falling asleep. Because if it's at night after 11 o'clock, your boy hurting, I promise you. But yeah, man, I think that's a good question. So in my research, I see you like to move a little bit. I know you're a Motown guy, so you from Detroit, but you've been, you kind of put little dance moves and you be talking and stuff from my research. So.
Oh yeah, I like to get out there ballroom and hustle.
There you go, man.
I love ballroom. I think that's something that gave me even confidence too, even with how to be a leader, how to lead in relationship, how to take the leadership place in the relationship, how to approach a woman, how to step up and just approach a woman like, hey, you want to dance, and that also is good for just physical activity. I mean, exercise and all that good stuff. So when you learn how to dance. And a dance depends on you leading, the man leading. That gives you a lot of confidence right there. That boosts your confidence, and then it's a very good thing.
Is there any particular type of dance you like? I mean, besides like the I guess the cultural dances that we would do, or is it like, do you like specific dance styles?
Of course, like the Detroit ballroom style.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Me and my fiance, like a couple years ago, we took a salsa class.
Yeah.
in Chicago. That was pretty fun. It was complicated.
Yeah.
So, but also that helps, again, with a relationship. That helps with communication. Is intimate too.
Yeah.
So that was pretty fun. Yeah. So that's about it. I don't know the new stuff. I don't know the Dougie and.
Me neither, bro.
Sometimes y'all gotta leave that. You gotta know your place. Know your lane.
Leave them young kids to that, man. You talking to Dougie, so I know that's a couple of years back. So
I mean, I don't know the bougie ratchet. I don't know what they got out now. So
I don't even know, bro. my daughter, when I start dancing, she just like, oh, Dad, please sit down. You're killing me. But yeah, man, I loved dancing too. Growing up, I could be on the dance floor for hours, man. But we didn't have.
Oh yeah.
Again, we didn't have. Well, I didn't grow up doing like ballroom dancing, anything like that. Never seen it until I became, an adult. You know what I mean? So it was just more of whatever the dances, especially the 80s and early 90s. That was my era of dancing. But let me ask you this: on a bad day, when you're feeling, kind of down and out, what kind of music you throw on? Who's the artist?
Of course, I'm gonna put on some Freddie Hammond and get into the source of my joy. Okay.
Gospel game. Okay. Okay.
So then I'm put on some gospel. And then of course you got a little R&B and Anthony Hamilton and John Legend and Kim.
Which Kim?
So no, Kim from Detroit, Kem.
Oh, Kim.
Yes.
Kim. Yeah.
I can't stop loving you.
Oh man.
But I've been dancing for somebody asked. I've been ballroom dancing for since 2010, 11.
Wow, that's
when I first learned.
All right, we had a question, but I think you already answered.
Thank you, Jeff.
I have this real cool concept, and it's called the Last Creative Supper.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give you.
I'm good with people's names now. So you got.
I'm going to give you the names. Look, I'm going to give you the names, and you're going to say basically who you're going to go with to be at this Last Supper with you.
Uh-huh.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right, we're going to start with style and fashion. Mm-hmm. Alexander McQueen or Tom Ford?
Ooh, I like Tom Ford backstory on how he got into style. He was styling under people. He branched on his own. But Alexander McQueen, his creativity is just out of this world.
Amazing.
He's a legend. So I'm gonna go with Alexander McQueen.
There you go, my man.
And people don't know this. I went to school. I got my bachelor's degree in fashion design.
You did too? I'm a dropout.
Okay. Well, hey, listen, hey.
But that's where it was, for sure. Fashion school was something that really inspired me, and I just got tired of making dresses. The program.
I had to get. You got to go through that just to get to the men's.
Just to get to the men's stuff. That's like that was hard. So I got the end of it, right? Like the last two, two semesters was men and kids. So I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, it's always,
All right.
The stance.
What's that?
Always took a stance in my draping classes, my tailoring classes, all those. I'm like, okay, listen, I'm going to do this. Y'all going to teach me too. I'm paying all y'all that money.
I was the same, man. I swear I would just make some guy stuff. I was just like, I'm just going to do it. And I did it in denim, which was sick. So, all right. So, Beyonce or Rihanna?
My boy, Tucson. Beyonce or Rihanna?
Yep.
Listen, now. You got to go with the Queen Bee.
Okay, Queen Bee. Queen Bee. Motown. It's the Motown one. So, Smokey Robinson or Marvin Gaye?
Listen, Marvin Gaye, man.
You already know.
Marvin Gaye, yes.
All right, Janet or Sade?
Ooh. Listen.
This is serious.
Locally, Sade.
All day.
If you want some dance move, you go with Janet,
For sure. You're going to get that. All right. Stevie or Luther?
Listen, got to go with Big Luther.
Okay, you already know.
Big Luther, not Little Luther, Big Luther.
Big Luther. You're right. All right. This is usually a heavy debate. Mike or Prince?
Michael Prince.
Mike or
Prince? I grew up in the Prince household, so my mother was Prince was our second dad. So
yeah,
I gotta go with Prince. Purple Rain.
Oh man,
all them songs that was just instilled in us. My mother loved Prince. So
all right, Big Sean or Eminem?
Hey, they both from Detroit. So you did your little research.
Yep.
you know,
I'm doing work over here, bro.
Gotta go with who I connect with, more. Big Sean, of course.
Okay, Sean, that's what's up. Jagged Edge.
Michael and me.
Jagged Edge or Jodeci?
All these so-called players, but it's Jagged Edge. I'm be real and say what's someone when I think about all these so-called love. What's Jodeci song, man? I can't remember.
Oh, Jodeci song? Oh, man. You and
don't
I?
Judge me. I just can't remember. Huh?
Oh, You and I? Oh, man.
Oh, okay. What else?
Jodeci. All right, we're going to go to another one, man. Let me see what much time we got. 15 minutes. Slum Village or Outkast?
Listen, I'm not really up on the music, but someone go, I know Outkast. So.
All right, so Slum Village is from Detroit.
Listen, I'm from Detroit now.
That's true. All right, you've been there a long time.
I'm gonna Google Slum Village. Sorry when people do this.
Yeah, look up Slum Village, man.
I heard of them. I can't quite picture.
Okay, they didn't have that many hits. I
gotta put the face.
The face with the names.
Yeah.
They faces what? Not that much. Don't worry about it. I just figure you.
Slum Village.
Slum Village. Yeah. So they. But you would probably. What's
I was a church boy too, so.
You when you said Fred Hammond, that flipped it for me because that puts me in a whole different, thought process when I did my research. I didn't know that. I didn't find it in my research, but Slum Village was underground. But let's say if you know about Jay Dilla was the one who did a lot of amazing hip hop production.
Mm-hmm.
So Dilla was the person who got Slum Village on. So Dilla's music, where he put soul and Motown and that whole vibe into music. So to me, Dilla was like the reincarnation of Q-Tip, because Q-Tip had a lot of soul and stuff in his music as a producer, and then Dilla came along and killed the game. Maxwell or Usher?
Definitely Maxwell, man. This woman's world.
Beast.
That's it.
Beast, man.
But Usher got some hits too.
Who that?
Usher got some hits, but I gotta go with my boy Maxwell.
Maxwell's a monster. Let me ask you this. This is going to. So we finished the last creative supper. So I appreciate you making that hit, because I think it's the questions make you really think, right? These are some really amazing people and artists that we listen to. So a style question for you. I love to give cheat codes at the end of my videos.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say is the ultimate cheat code for big guys?
Ultimate cheat code?
Cheat code, like something that they need to know. If they don't know, they need to know.
They need to know. Inbox me and I'll style you.
Ooh.
You can't get no better cheat code than that. I'll put the whole wardrobe together. So
that is a dope cheat code to inbox you. But one of the things I was thinking of is like more from a fit or
a big guy hack.
Yeah, like what's the challenge that usually if they can get this right, that they'll be ahead of the game. Some things that you see and you've noticed, whether it be your clients or your own or yourself, like, man, you know what? This was something that I found to be really helpful, and I think it'll help a lot of guys.
Of course, definitely start to believe what your close loved ones think about you. I mean, all the positive things. Definitely speak life into yourself. And, you know, try to wear your pants over your belly. You got a big belly. Try to wear your pants over your belly.
Talk about that.
Or below your belly button.
Talk about that.
If you're tucking it in, you know, that's my biggest pet peeve for any big guys or anything like that. Or if your man or husband is a big guy, it makes yourself just look more just well put together.
If you
being a big guy, we gotta
pants.
Huh?
If you tuck your pants, so explain that again. So
tuck your shirt in.
Tuck your shirt in.
If you're wearing your shirt tucked in, make sure your pants are over your belly. Your belly hangover. Yeah, no doubt. Good. So that's I always, you know, tell big guys, you know, you want to be able to see your waist. If you have you know, in other words, if you have a tucked in shirt, you know, we want to be able to see your waistband and, you know, all that good stuff. So.
And now that it's up under your stomach, you know,
so it's not up under your stomach.
Real talk, it's not up under your stomach, and you have you know, body, you know,
your belly hanging over.
Your belly hanging over.
There you go.
You want it to kind of be in, so the waistline should be up higher, so you know, so it's not low. Okay, got it. That's a good
natural
point.
Waist.
Yeah, that's a good point. I have a final question for you, which is, this is a good one. So think about this.
All right.
If you could spend 24 hours with any creative, dead or alive, that's music, art, style, 24 hours, who would that be and why?
24 hours.
Yeah, who would you like to just kick it with? I mean, just chop it up. You feel like you'd have a rich conversation. Learn a bit.
Dang.
I got you, bro.
Hey, Biggie Smalls.
Biggie.
I love it when you call me Big Pop.
Big Papa. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Ask them all different questions, you know, just confidence-wise, music, where you get your creativity, where you get your drive from.
Yeah.
You know, what, you know, that didn't stop you, your weight, you use that as your advantage.
He did.
So whatever you think negative, you take that and turn it into a positive.
He did.
He rolled with it.
He was the first big guy that seemed to own his size. I mean, besides when you had, like, you know, we'll go like Heavy D. Heavy D was probably the first and was dancing like he was, like, you know.
Boom. Exactly, yes.
You know what I mean? We got a question coming in. Shop Wine. What's the best way to find a big guy tailor? Is there a specific type of tailor for big guys, or what would you say?
No, it's no specific tailor. All tailors, if they're a good tailor, they know how to work with any size and make you look good regardless. So if they're skillful, then doesn't matter about your size. It's a matter of the skill set of the tailor. Right. That's the job. You know, one of the cheat codes I would, and I noticed that you're a thrifter too. One of the cheat codes I gave to my guys who check out my channel is, hey, if you're going to try a new tailor, maybe consider getting something from the thrift store first and let them test it out on the thrift board, because you won't be hurting so much if you chop up that, you know, that brand new suit. Yeah, just see how they work first. You got to see that work. See that work. Yeah. So I would suggest that guys who had questions about the tailor. Let me see who that was. No, of course. That was Eric's. I know I'm butchering that, but forgive me. That's one of the things I would recommend. Definitely hit up a thrift store. You taking that one with you? Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Well, I'm not a sew, so a lot of stuff I tailor myself. Okay. So, hey, learn how to sew. That's a hack. Well, talk about that. Yeah. So talk about that. So how did you learn? You taught yourself? I mean, obviously school. I forgot. So yeah, before that, even in high school, I had a sewing class in high school. Okay. Before high school, my mother had a sewing machine. Okay. And you know, we popped that out. We made little stuff here and there. I remember one day I tried to make her a skirt, and she was like, "Okay, here, sew this." You know, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So we kind of start from there. So I think you're a parent. If you're a parent, you know, you see any inkling of any type of creativity in your child, you know, run with that.
Yeah,
lead them in the right direction. So
yeah, let them do it. You know, just
let them do it.
Pour into them. That's funny, man. I remember, you know, especially back in the 80s and late 70s, you know, going to seeing my aunts and my mom, you know, they're going to pick up little patterns and they'll be sewing that stuff up, man. I remember the first one of the only pieces. I don't have a lot of custom garments, actually. I remember the first piece that I got was actually my mom sewing my a vest for me when I was 5 for my aunt's wedding. And I remember that it was like a mint green. I was rocking mint green recently on one of my posts. I remember that. And then the next time that I remember having something custom made for me was actually when I went to the Navy in my uniform. And that was the first time I felt like, man, it's just different from, you know, basically like an off the rack product. And this thing like fitting your body like
yeah. Custom is definitely, if you can afford it, you know, it's the way to go.
Yeah.
But it can be pricey.
It can be. It can be. So it's an investment.
It's a good investment. Yeah, it is a good investment.
An investment. So where, you know, so I know for those of you who got on in the middle of this, where can guys find you, and everyone who's listening can find you online?
Of course, here on Instagram.
Okay.
At The Big Fashion Guy, Facebook, The Big Fashion Guy. Twitter, Big Fashion Guy. You can always drop me a line. Okay,
that's what's up. Any projects you got coming up that we should know about? Did you want to share anything that's going on? That's
nothing yet. I got a couple of photo shoots lined up with, you know, some individuals. So collaborations I got coming up. So those are exciting.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll see it when I drop it.
Okay. That's what's up, bro. Well, you know, again, this has been awesome. It's great to meet you. You know, I can't wait to get back to the D. I'll probably, you know, God willing, things don't get too crazy. We will be back out to the D by the end of this year. So when I'm coming, I'm gonna hit you up, man. I'll let you know.
Oh yeah, definitely got a collab, man.
That'll be a dope collab, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you ever come out to DC, you know, definitely let me know.
Well, my brother lives there.
Okay.
I might be there in a few weeks, actually.
Let's go. Let's go. Let me know.
Hey, we gotta plan something. So I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, keep me posted.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank everybody who joined us tonight to enjoy this fellowship and brotherhood in style and conversation with my man.
Yes.
You know, the big fashion guy, Mr. Michael Anthony. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, definitely don't hesitate to DM either one of us, and we'll see what we can do to answer your questions.
Yeah.
Take care, bro.
Peace. Take care.
If you want to see what I'm wearing on a day-to-day basis, check out my Instagram. There you'll find a ton of looks that maybe you can choose from, or at least get some inspiration. Hope you enjoyed today's podcast. And if you have any questions or suggestions, leave it in the comments below. We'll see you next time.